Hello and welcome to Advertisers Watching Ads. My name is Tom Ollerton. I'm the founder of Automated Creative, and this is a weekly show where brands discuss other brands' ads. We are brought to you this week, as ever, by our beautiful partners, Contagious, who have helped choose the ad this week. But before we get to that ad, let's meet this week's guests.
First of all, I'm an AI fangirl, and conveniently, I am a director of global partner marketing at Microsoft, and I lead a joint go-to-market with Microsoft's biggest acquisition to date, Nuance Communication, which scales conversational AI globally. So it's a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Wayne. I'm the founder and CEO of TPA Digital. And we are a digital ad consultancy, which empowers advertisers through impartial advice.
Hi, my name's Bertie. I am head of growth at Automated Creative.
What a panel. Fantastic. This week's ad is for a brand called Liquid Death, which is a water brand, funnily enough. And what they're doing is celebrating one of American football's least celebrated figures. Let's check it out.
You think those are water boys, and you are wrong. Those are hydration assistants. Pro athletes get all the big endorsement deals, but every single one of them would be dead without water. And that is why Liquid Death is going to become the first company in history to hand a six-figure endorsement deal to a hydration superstar. This is the first ever Liquid Death Hydration Assistance Scouting Combine. These warriors come from the battlefields of the biggest college programs in America, the biggest pro football franchises in the sport, to showcase their physical, mental, and hydrating abilities. First up is Sam O'Leary, representing LA. Really representing the United States. This guy's got a jawline like Captain America. Look at him go.
I'm here to crush the competition.
That's Parker Carmichael, big guy representing Gainesville, Florida.
No guts, no glory.
Jordan, look out for her at number 3. Philly always is ready to fight. Van Dyke Jones II, representing Washington, D.C. The only competitor to go all the way to the top with his polo buttons. We'll see if that holds him back.
Come on, Liquid Death, let's go!
Already soaking wet before the competition has even started. Travis John Polson, Indianapolis in the house. Then there's Asia. Huge continent, small person. Asia Lampkin, representing Jackson. Davion Lee, representing Pittsburgh. Yeah, get after it, big man. Speaking of big man, here's a tall drink of water, so to speak. That's Christian Buchanan, representing Los Angeles.
Spitters or quitters.
Gregory Lewis Jr.
Let's get it.
I'm just going to tear down the fourth wall and tell you people, the crew here at Liquid Death loves Gregory Lewis.
Yes, sir.
All hail Stephen Hale.
Hi, I'm Steven.
On his way to pro wrestling, he is a pro hydrator. We'll see you someday in the ring, Stephen. But in the meantime, we hope you're bringing home today.
On a count of 3, hold up your fingers to represent the score. So 1, 2, 3. A 4, a 3, and a 3. So, Andrea, what are we actually watching here?
So there's Liquid Death, right? This outlier brand that wants to shock people. And their whole focus was taking these, what they called warriors from biggest colleges and pro franchise to basically, really, they're just trying to get market attention. But it's this whole combine competition, which very cleverly, very satirically, used the Liquid Death product as their fitness equipment, which was pretty awesome. But if you didn't understand it, you really wouldn't grasp the why.
I, as Tom is aware, I'm a massive NFL fan. And the NFL do what's called the NFL Combine, which is basically getting some of the best college players who want to get to the NFL to do various workouts, mental tests, physical tests. And this is their taking the proverbial out of that to an extent and saying, we're going to get the hydration guys to go through the same process, but obviously using their Liquid Death water. So I think if you were a sports fan, as the Americans like to say, I think you would probably get a lot more context than those who aren't.
As a sports fan, Bertie, does that make it good? Do you like it?
My initial response to it genuinely was, God, this is absolutely awful. But then I took a little bit of a step back and I thought, well, what are they trying to do and what are they as a brand? And I think that, this is a brand that's got confidence and swagger and know who they are and what their consumers want.
They're clearly targeting this at like younger demographics and people who play sport, not just like the casual bottled water drinkers. If marketing is like the extension of the brand, I think they do a really good job at doing that. Is the 10-minute ad too long? Probably. But in general, I really like the way they're trying to do something different and disrupt the category. And the ads kind of reflect that well as well.
And why is it called Liquid Death?
The founders were in a punk band. One of the founders used to be a rocker. And on stage at the time, as of the mid-noughties, they had lots of energy drinks were sponsoring rock bands. And they asked the rockers on stage, they're like, well, what do you really drink on stage? And they're like, oh, we just pour water into the can because we've got these massive endorsement deals. We don't even like the product. So they were like, well, let's create a product that the rockers and bands want to drink. And then they kind of just basically went from there with the branding. I did read they once ran their first ever ad, cost them $1.5K to make. And they put $3K behind it on Facebook ads. And it got like 3 million views. And they generated more likes than Aquafina, which is the leader in the category. So they're kind of making like good waves in what they're doing.
I'd love to add to that because obviously looking to, grab attention, grab the outlier crowds, but they do it in a sort of a one and done methodology, right? Like they're not carrying on a story or a theme. It was really hard to understand, what was their intent? Was their intent just to provide some entertainment with this segment? Because they really didn't carry it through, right? If they had taken this 10 minutes and made it a bunch of different snippets that they could have, released over time, I would have probably followed up if they had carried it through in their social media. So I want to follow the story, but I really couldn't tell. Were they just trying to get likes from their existing base? Were they, trying to grab the attention of the teams, of the concession companies at the stadiums, more grocery stores?
I think that they hate corporate marketing. That's kind of where they stand. The 10-minute thing, it went on a bit long. And frankly, I thought it was a bit dull, even though I thought it was a good idea. But I thought what they were trying to do was great. And what they're trying to do, they probably wanted to get people talking. And I imagine it did that.
I feel I'm a bit lost about who was actually this being aimed at.
I felt that they had 10 of these trainers involved. And I was trying to think, why are they going with 10 and not say 3 and double down on their personalities, their backgrounds? And I think they're maybe trying to cover too many bases. So trying to cover as many people who might align with one of the trainers as possible. And so that's why they have 10. Anyone can watch that and go, I'm going to root for this person because they seem more like me than Travis, whatever it might be.
So Bertie, what would make this better for you?
That could have been shorter, more succinct, less people, but actually overall, the more I think about it, the more I talk about it, the more I convince myself it's actually really good.
I want you to vote with your thumb, either yes or no. Would you have signed this idea off? 1, 2, 3. Is that Bertie, you an up or a down? I can't see. All right, we got an up, a down, and a maybe, baby. Right. So, Andrea, Wayne, Bertie, thank you so much for your time.